Hello fellow old schoolers and welcome to the channel and this semi-final match between an ErhnamGeddon deck and X in the Sky. And in an earlier recording we actually saw X in the Sky defeat the sibling of this archetype when it won over the Erhnam on Ice deck. So this is ErhnamGeddon. It's a white and green deck that uses Llanowar Elves, Birds of Paradise and Moxen to get out fast mana, play ErhnamGeddons and Serra Angels, and then nuke the entire board with Armageddons. And this particular version of this deck also employs Icy Manipulators in order to screw up the opponent's mana even more, and Winter Orbs that can be used to just set land-based mana production back. And the ErhnamGeddon deck will be less screwed over by this because it has all those alternative mana sources, and also he can tap his own Winter Orb with the Icy Manipulator, thereby gaining an untap phase. Another noticeable thing about this deck is that it doesn't use blue at all, and it's one of the few decks that got this far without employing any blue cards, so no blue power for it. It's strictly white and green. The other deck is X in the Sky. And the previous match we recorded with this deck was video number 59. It's fully powered with power 9 and it plays every color but green. But mainly white and red. And it splashes the blue power and a Brain Geyser and a Recall. And for black it splashes Demonic Tutor, Mind Twist and Animate Dead. It uses Rook eggs to get rooks out, and it can sacrifice those to its Diamond Valley, gaining life and gaining 4/4 flyers through that. It also features Serra Angel and creatures both in the main deck and in the sideboard that can convince the opponent's creatures to join the other side and then get summarily executed in the Diamond Valley, where the creature just can untap and continue its verbal seduction, I suppose. Overall, it's like a Skies archetype where everything flies except the X, and it employs moats in order to keep the enemy's ground forces back. And it can just fly over that moat and do damage to that. And it's done impressive to get this far using Rook Eggs. It's the first time I've seen a Rook Egg deck ever top 8 before. And this is the semifinals, so kudos to that. So without further ado, this is round number 1 of this best of 3. With the ErhnamGeddon deck on the left here without a playmat, and on the right is X in the Sky. Here's his hand. Mox Ruby, an Underground Sea, Badlands, Diamond Valley, Swords to Plowshares, Time Twister, and a Brain Geyser. So yeah, it's a pretty defensive hand, I suppose. And actually the ErhnamGeddon deck is mulliganing down to 6 cards here in the first match, as we see here. And the thing they're like pushing back and forth there is one of the pens from the Long Island Cup that was just recently played. Oh yeah, that's better. No, get the dice back up there, please. Okay, thank you. So yeah, there's a mulligan. And we're off. Okay, it's the ErhnamGeddon deck. So immediately he's behind a card advantage here. Here's his hand, a land tax. What's that? A Llanowar Elf and a Regrowth, I think, and a Plains. Okay. Oh, okay, it's the same table as before. There's a lot of glare. Sapphire, Ruby, that's a Time Twister. I'm not sure about this play, actually. It looks good on the face of it, but when you think about it, the ErhnamGeddon deck was on the play, and he had mulligan, so he's behind 2 cards. So casting the Time Twister here actually remedies that disadvantage. He's now no longer behind any cards because of, if you count them up. And he's sufficiently mana fixed. One of the reasons to get an early Mind Twist out is to mana screw the opponent, because he hasn't chosen the hand he'll get. Oh, look at this. I like the showmanship of this Black Lotus and turn 1 lower. I like the showmanship of the X in the sky here. He's very good at showing the hand. Okay, thank you. We have a couple of... I have a Mox, Llanowelf, ErhnamGeddon, Winter Orb. Yeah. So, but the X in the Sky had a Library of Alexandria in hand here. So that's a very, very good card to draw into. Has a full hand as well. But he has sacrificed his entire turn casting that Time Twister. Okay, so there's a Mox Ruby and a Mox Pearl here. Is that the ErhnamGeddon? Yeah, so now he plays the ErhnamGeddon we saw before, passing the turn. So immediate aggression here. Turn 2. Drawing a Tundra. Yeah, I think he should play the Library of Alexandria and immediately Source to Plowshare the ErhnamGeddon before. There's an untapped face. Chooses to choose another route. There's a Tundra. Playing the Black Lotus here. Okay, so he's going in already. I suppose you could argue the case of that as well. Different place styles. I think I would have held back using the library as long as I could. But he's getting the Sarah Angel out. Yeah, and he gets Forest Walk from the ErhnamGeddon. And he does have both a Rook Egg and a Bolt and the Source to Plowshare in hand. Perhaps the reason why he's not throwing down the Library of Alexandria is because he's afraid that there'll be an Armageddon now. The ErhnamGeddon has just hit the table, so I suppose that could be a risk. So he Source to Plowshare the ErhnamGeddon. But yeah, now he's yeah, okay, there's a Source to Plowshare is going the other way, flying straight off the table and 4 life. So both players are at 24 life at this point. There's a Winter Orb. Okay, so that would actually have put the hurt on the Library of Alexandria if he had put it down. But yeah, no Armageddon though. So it's a Rook Egg hitting the table, passing the turn. It's not a very efficient creature. Oh, he Source to Plowshares it immediately. And as a response, he bolts it. So the reason for that is because he wants to let it hit the graveyard. If it's Source to Plowshare, it removes in the game, and no Rook will be hatched. The egg will just disappear. So here's the 4/4 flying bird from the egg. So he has regained the offensive here, but it costs him a couple of cards to do so. Still, it was okay. That's a regrowth on the Source to Plowshares. And the bird is away. So the players are just destroying each other's stuff with impunity here, gaining more and more life. But there's that Winter Orb. It doesn't hit the X in the Sky as much because he's fully powered. He has 5 Moxen in the deck, but he doesn't have those Birds of Paradise and Llanowelves as the ErhnamGeddon has. Okay, there's the Library of Alexandria, but I don't think he has 7 cards in hand at all. No, he has about 2, I think. Passing the turn back. Okay. He passes the turn back again, and at the end step, the Winter Orb is disenchanted. So now, X in the Sky has a full untapped phase, and look at that. Drew straight into a Mind Twist. Mind Twisting the entire hand. 2 forests and the Birds of Paradise, though. Not the greatest harvest, but still. Oh, that's a Sushi coming out. And there's a Disenchant as the top deck. Can't... that's not bad luck here. Oh yeah, but... yeah, that's a good play. He plays with patience here. He'd rather just block the Sushi, but he plays a Icy, taps it, and comes in with the Sushi, and now he has to disenchant the Sushi. A mistake here would have been to try and disenchant the Sushi immediately, but he needed it to crack the egg first. So, but now there's that Icy down. Yeah, and passes the turn, and at the upkeep, he just taps his Oh, only black mana source is Underground Sea. It's a good choice because he drew into an animate dead here. He could animate one of the creatures. I'm not really sure what's in the graveyards. There are a rook, I suppose, and probably a sushi as well. I think the rest is... a rook egg and a sushi. I think the rest has been sourced to Plowshed. Okay, so at the upkeep phase, he taps his Tundra this time. So now he can play the animate dead. Wonder what he'll get here. Okay, he takes the sushi. There's now a 3/4 undead robot, whatever that means. Okay, but the enchantment gets disenchanted. So much for that. The undead robot comes crumbling back into the graveyard. So both decks seem very, very capable at destroying any offensive the other guy will try to muster at this point. It's really a tense game here. They haven't even got in once. There's another try here with that ErhnamGeddon, but remember, if he tries to attack with it in the first attack, that egg will just get in the way and be cracked open. That's a Preacher drawn there. It's so cool that he draws in a way that we can actually see each card he draws. Okay, I forgot he can tap the Rook Egg, of course. So now I can get in with the ErhnamGeddon. Here he comes. First damage, first blood in the game. Putting them at life parity here, they're both at 24 points of life. Then he put the ErhnamGeddon, put down a Sol Ring here, so he would very much like an Armageddon soon, I think. Having 3 artifacts mana and a Bird of Paradise and even an Icy Manipulator out. That would be pretty cool for him. So they're debating a bit here. I'm just gonna cut a bit forward. 10 passes, there's that moat. But he lacks the second white mana source. He has both a Preacher and a moat. Both could be answered to that ErhnamGeddon. Needs to draw planes or something. Another Tundra. It's a Sol Ring after the Time Walk. Gets it down. At least it'll make him more secure against any Armageddons, I suppose. That's Sol Ring. So at the end step, the Icy Manipulator just taps the Rook Egg, and here's another visit from the ErhnamGeddon. Good old Ernie. Uncle Ernie coming over. So putting the eggs in the sky down to 20 life here. Skipping over a lot of considerations and talk here. And there is the coup de grace, the Armageddon, just nuking the board state here. So that was what he was considering. It's so flavorful. We had the ErhnamGeddon out, and the Armageddon is played. Okay, and discharging the Sol Ring, that's a fine play as well. A case could be made of discharging that Sapphire instead, just in order to block the Ancestral Recall. But yeah, Sol Ring is fine too, I think. There's the Diamond Valley. So I suppose he could eat his egg now. Oh yeah, he's keeping back. Look at this, because if he taps the Rook Egg now, I'm not really sure why, but he actually has a bolt in hand. He can eat the egg and an untapped Rook would come in, and then he can block with that. So he taps it. I think that's... No, okay. Never mind. He could eat the egg now, thereby gaining a token, and then he could block with it and bolt the ErhnamGeddon if he had a bolt in hand. I think that would have been pretty elegant, but perhaps he likely doesn't have a bolt. Drew into a balance though. Yeah, and a moat and a Preacher, and Arcana I can't see. That's a Badlands. Okay, so he needs 2 white mana sources, or just a single white mana source for the balance actually. Yeah, so tap in the Rook Egg again. You can eat the Rook Egg now, but I suppose you need more damage. But you could do that, just eat the Rook Egg before it's your turn, and no. And you would have a flyer you could get in with. It's a Strip Mine though. Okay. So he's just getting pummeled down by this ErhnamGeddon. There's not much he can do. Could get a single poke in with the rook if he eats it after it's tapped. If he eats the egg after it's tapped. That's a sushi. He really reads. Oh, that's a white mux. So incredibly important here because he has that balance in hand. It might cost him his hand. But yeah, okay, now he takes. Yeah, okay, because he has that rook. He actually one of the creatures will survive, and he'll likely choose the ErhnamGeddon to survive after he has cast balance. Okay, I think what's going on here is he's trying to eat the rook egg, and the other guy is casting Swords to Plowshares on the rook egg as a response to the Diamond Valley. And I think they're calling a judge now. Oh, I don't know, perhaps asking around whether or not that is a viable choice. If he can do that as a response, and if the rook egg will get destroyed before or get removed from play before the Diamond Valley can take effect. So yeah, that's a predicament they're in at this point. So just trying to look it up and asking various people how to play this sequence. And if any of you know, in the comment section, feel free to chime in. I think the ruling is that a land is, as in the old days, a land would be faster because it will have a special case. So what happens here, I think, is that the Diamond Valley is faster, so he gains 3 life. The rook egg is removed, and then he plays balance while the rook is gone. So that's 0 creatures out, and he should remove his lands as well. I'm not sure whether the ErhnamGeddon has a land we can't see off camera, because there's a Diamond Valley there, and that should be removed as well. He likes to keep a single card in hand, and then the rook token gets in. I have to look this up. I'm not really sure when the rook, if it's immediately the rook token comes in, or if it's after. Oh yeah, he has the plains at the bottom, so it's fine that he has kept the Diamond Valley. Removing the rook with the Swords to Plowshares, playing a mana elf. That's a nice top draw. And then, yeah, just tapping the Mox, the blue Mox. And I think that's the correct choice. He should probably tap that because he doesn't want him to draw into an ancestral recall. Could tap the white Mox as well in order to negate the disenchant. If you want it. Yeah, okay, he does so here. That's a plains. And he drew a Diamond Valley just before. There's a Sylvan Library on the ErhnamGeddon side here. This is like a marathon, this first match. So now he can look at the top 3 cards with the Sylvan Library and elect what to take. Oh yeah, so just decides to keep them all. Swords to Plowshare, ErhnamGeddon, and a Mana Bird. I think it's a viable play. I mean, it's a standstill, and he's not very threatened, and he had a bunch of life, so now he has 2 card advantage on his opponent, at least from this situation here. And his board presence is already better. You can even play a Mana Bird and I suppose another ErhnamGeddon if he wants to. He really needs to get a beater out first though. Just an ErhnamGeddon or something like that. Okay, so he cast the ErhnamGeddon here. Just nuking the board state one more time. Sacrificing a single plains and then getting out a Mana Bird. It's just slowly grinding the other guy down. Tapping his Sapphire again. That's a good call. So lucky. Drew into an ancestral recall here. So, but as soon as he gets an interface, he can set it off. But it did postpone it a single turn. There's a Winter Orb and a Plains, among other things, in those 3 cards. But yeah, we see the ErhnamGeddon work here. I think he plays with 4 Armageddons in this setup, and also land taxes. So he just nukes and nukes and nukes and slowly crawling ahead with his alternative mana sources here. So he attacks with the elf for a single point of damage, and plays a Savannah. And then he taps a Sapphire again. He can play, yeah. So he plays Ancestral Recall as a response to that. And those are the cards he draws a Chaos Orb, City of Brass, an Underground Sea, and the Old Mode. And then the card for the draw step, a Volcanic Island. Okay. So a lot of lands here. I suppose that's okay. And as a Chaos Orb. Now, yeah, it's a difficult choice here, whether to take the Icy Manipulator or the Sylvan Library. Or wait. Could wait as well. Okay, he takes the Sylvan Library. Yep, that's a Cure Flip. Long term, that's... yeah, I think that's a good choice. It's debatable, but I think it's fine. So he comes over with the elf again, doing a single point of damage. And then passing the turn and, yeah, tapping his Volcanic Island in his upkeep with the Icy Manipulator. There's a Demonic Tutor though. So, yeah, good draws. He can play it now. And playing a Moat. Okay, that'll keep the elf at bay. But he'll likely just tap the City of Brass now, and he can't tutor anymore. He'll tap it in his upkeep, just to give him a point of damage each turn. There's the Winter Orb. Okay, so perhaps he should... I think he should elect not to untap the City of Brass here. Because it'll just damage him with the Icy Manipulator. So perhaps he shouldn't play the Winter Orb here, actually, because he had a method of doing damage to him each turn. There's the Underground Sea, there's a tutor. So yeah, it's interesting what he'll get here. This is an amazing game. I think this is the longest match I've ever commented on this channel yet. It is insane. That's a recall. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's a good pick, I think. Those guys have a big graveyard at this point. There's probably a lot of good cards there. There's an Ancestral, amongst other things. Mind Twist as well. Disenchants. All sorts of good stuff. But it's really a chess match, this one. Trying to slowly get the upper hand. Okay, more mana creatures here, passing the turn. And then tapping, this time tapping the Underground Sea. Okay. Scrub into, we can recall for... oh yeah, but he can't ever untap a land. Good thing that he drew that scrub land, actually. So now he can recall for 1. Yeah, getting rid of the plateau and getting the Time Twister. Okay, really wants to set the game off here, because the other guy doesn't really have any cards in hand either. So this is just wanting to punch in and get the game going again. Makes sense. He's in a lock. He needs something here. He can untap a single land. Oh, but that's a disenchant. Now I should get rid of that Icy Manipulator, I think. Now he's really thinking about it. Perhaps he's considering the Winter Orb as well. But he's taking... yeah, okay, he's taking the Icy Manipulator. Good choice, I think. The Icy Manipulator Winter Orb combo would make it so that the ErhnamGeddon would... if ever he wanted to, he could get an untapped phase with his lands by tapping his own Winter Orb, and he could just keep the other guy locked down by tapping the only land he could untap each turn. So the ErhnamGeddon is just waiting for some way to remove that moat, and then probably get in with an ErhnamGeddon or something like that. That's a sushi, so that would be something like that. As an angel, yeah, so it's a big risk playing the Time Twister. I think he should have taken the Ancestral Recall, actually. Perhaps. Could play that now. That's a Sylvan Library. He wants to have more lands untapped before he plays the Time Twister. Because that's an angel, great. Because casting a Time Twister and not gaining an untapped phase is not being able to untap your land and only have tapped lands. That would be very bad. Okay, so there's a Sylvan Library, and there was another Serra Angel in those 3 cards there. And you can play it. I didn't see the other cards though. Yeah, what to do? Tapping the Sol Ring. Getting another Icy Manipulator. Okay, so one of the other cards was an Icy Manipulator. So yeah, now I can tap the Angel. He's still in the lead. And yeah, now it's even worse to play that Time Twister because that Icy Manipulator, he'll lock him out. At least he can get in with the Serra Angel once. But he might have an answer in hand. Yes, that's a Swords to Plowshares. That's why he used the Icy to tap land instead. So removing the Angel, gaining 4 life to his opponent. Playing the City of Brass here. Okay, there goes the Time Twister. Yeah. We'll cut a bit forward here. It's a very, very pressured situation for the X in the Sky here. ErhnamGeddon is slowly gaining complete control here. I could call it Frostygeddon instead with the Icy Manipulator and Winter Orb. It's very much a control variant of the ErhnamGeddon, rather than the mid-range, or at least this game is. Here are the hands. Yeah. As we see here. City of Brass, a bunch of Swords to Plowshares. The other guy, 2 ErhnamGeddons, a Sushi, a Serra Angel, and a Swords to Plowshares, amongst other things. And yeah, 3 Swords to Plowshares, Mox, Rugek. So a bunch of destruction. One guy has all the guns and the other guy has all the removal. But there's that Sylvan Library going, and an Icy Manipulator and a Winter Orb on the side of the ErhnamGeddon. And they're not likely to run out of library anytime soon, because that Time Twister just put everything back except those that got Swords to Plowshare out. So this is the eternal match, this first game. I wonder how long this set will take. I'll be hoarse. My voice will be done before that. Okay, discharging the moat here. That's huge because he has a Sushi and a Serra Angel in hand, so, and he also has a Sushi on the board. Yeah. Actually, I think the ErhnamGeddon might move in and take this now. But there were a Rugek and 3 Swords to Plowshares on the hand of the X in the Sky here. So he just needs to untap that scrubland and he'll remove the... Okay, no, okay. Why he discharged the Winter Orb right before his turn. That is the correct play. He has a full hand, he really, really needs this untap phase. And now the Icy is a lot less scary actually. So, okay. Everything is thought up and the hand is full of weapons and ready for another round between these boxes. Getting the Rugek out so we can now block the Sushi and get a birdie out of it. Okay, so yeah, he taps the Diamond Valley though. Right before it's his turn. I think he should eat the rook. The rook egg as a response. And he does so. Okay. Getting 3 more life. And here's the birdie. Okay. Yeah, because it was too risky. He might strip mine it. Okay, getting immediately Swords to Plowshare here. 4 more life. So the X in the Sky is back. He's not within the danger zone anymore. He's at 15 life. But he has lost a lot of his offensive push here. And remember, ErhnamGeddon actually had both a sushi and a Serra Angel in hand, and also a sushi on the table. And X in the Sky only had a single Swords to Plowshare. No, he had 3 Swords to Plowshares. Okay, but he casts ErhnamGeddon again. Swords to Plowshare and the sushi. More life. 2. And Swords to Plowshare all the mana creatures. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't know this, but actually that might be a huge mistake if I remember correctly what was in the hand of the ErhnamGeddon, because he still has enough mana to get the big beaters out now. And all his guns has been used on those mana creatures. Perhaps he didn't have a pearl? Oh yeah, he didn't have a pearl, that's why. Makes sense then. It's a disenchant. Oh, he needs a white mana source here. Perhaps he was too greedy with putting down the lands each turn. Oh, he has a pearl. Okay, sorry. I don't think he should have used all his Swords to Plowshares then, but okay. Yeah, but he removed, there's still that Serra Angel. Okay, using 4 life to keep an extra card in hand. I think the Serra Angel is coming down now. Yep, here she comes. Can X in the Sky keep this at bay? He has used all his Swords to Plowshares on those mana creatures. Tapping the Sapphire. Yeah, he can. That's a Chaos Orb. This is crazy. Okay, boom. He's still alive. That's a great top deck card. But the Sylvan Library is still working overtime for the ErhnamGeddon here, trying to find another way to kill his opponent here. Another Serra Angel hitting the table. That's this thing with the Sylvan Library. I usually play with the Composition A, so I'm not that worried about Sylvan Libraries, as I have so many Underworld Dreams against them. But you don't have that, and having a Sylvan Library against you, it's a scary prospect. Tapping the Sapphire. Drew a Bolt. Won't be enough. Another 3 cards from the Sylvan Library here. Can the Serra Angel finish this marathon of a game? Coming over for the first swing here. If he draws a disenchant, I should just say okay. Yeah, because he should remove the pearl. If I was about to say that, if he had any means of doing so, disenchanting the other one. But yeah, just in order to crack him out of Ancestral Recall, and then tapping the red. I think I should. No, he taps the green, just to avoid the double bolt. I think this is it. That disenchant on the pearl was huge. That's a strip mine. No targets for it. There are no lands left. Everything is nuked. Destroyed with those massive ErhnamGeddons hitting the board state every so often. Another angel coming over, the angel coming over a second time. 5 points of life left. What's this? I can't see what that is. That's another angel. This is game. He used to draw a pearl and he used to draw a pearl and balance. No. Wow. That was an insane game. So incredible. Okay, that was the first set of this. I'm going to take a small break here, and we'll let these guys sideboard, and then we'll be back with round number 2 of this epic clash of the semifinals of Dominia Day. So this is round 2 after sideboard, and it's 1-0 to the ErhnamGeddon deck. Here's the hand of X in the Sky, Library of Alexandria, Scrubland, Underground Sea, Felverstone, Divine Offering. He sideboarded that in, and a Swords to Plowshares and a tutor. A fine hand indeed. Turn 1, Library of Alexandria. The other hand, Forest, Mana Bird, Disenchant, Sylvan Library, Swords to Plowshares, Sushi, and a second Disenchant. So it's a risk to keep this hand as a Forest and a Mana Bird, that's it. But he has a Sylvan Library out. So he's actually making a bit of the same play I made at the first turn of the previous recording. Trying to get the Sylvan Library to draw into additional mana. There's the Library of Alexandria from X in the Sky. Solid start, and there's no ready answer. Okay, so he drew into Llanowar Elf on the ErhnamGeddon side here. I don't know how much land destruction he plays with. I haven't seen any Ice Storms, so he needs to wait for a Strip Mine on Armageddon to get rid of the library. Oh, Swords to Plowshare in the Llanowar Elf. Good thing he at least has the bird. Not another land left. If he can remove this bird, he's screwed. Drawing another card. That's a bolt. Does he have a red mana? He has telegraphed. He's in mana trouble. There's not a second land drop here. If he can get down a red mana and bolt the bird, that would be huge. The game might be over a lot quicker than the other one. No, that's a Tundra. Can't bolt the bird yet. Felverstone, yeah, but yeah, that only provides green mana at this point. So now I can get the Sylvan Library out. No, okay, he chooses a Winter Orb. Oh, that's, yeah, okay. Very, very risky, because he needs the Sylvan Library to draw lands, but it makes sense. I mean, he can hold the Library of Alexandria back now. Okay, so he has untapped the Tundra. It does indicate a Disenchant. No? I thought he would disenchant the he would disenchant the Windtop at the end step. So if he plays the Sylvan Library now, he should disenchant the Sylvan Library instead, I think. Yeah, so he doesn't dare to do it. A Divine Offering, that was the play. No. You're not supposed to get life. It's the other guy. Okay, so, but it was a fine, very patient play from the ErhnamGeddon side here. Not playing the Sylvan Library because it smelled like a disenchant on the other side. But the Library of Alexandria is now loose. A loose cannon again, and that's a dead bird. Should be removed from the graveyard though. Oh man, that's ruthless from X in the Sky here. He has a working Library of Alexandria, and ErhnamGeddon is just completely mana starved. So, sort of like me, he should have mulliganed that hand, I suppose. But he couldn't have known that there would be so much hate against his mana creatures here. Some Demonic Tutor. He could get a Mind Twist now. I think he should. The other guy has a full hand. Or he could get a Strip Mine. That would be pretty brutal as well. Okay, this is Savannah. It should get the Sylvan Library out ASAP now. Perhaps I'm mistaken. Perhaps he doesn't have one. Okay. Sorry. There's a Rook Egg on the side of the X in the Sky here. Is that a... Yeah, I think that's a Mind Twist. I can't really see it, but I think he tutored for that. So 4 cards. Disenchanting the Mox. Yeah, he might as well, I suppose. Oh, 3 cards. No, 4 cards. It's all the cards. Yeah. Oh, what a gut punch. Okay, no, he kept a single card. Okay. So yes, at least he drew a mana, but the card advantage is just brutal. It's out of this world at this point. That's a Rook Egg, I think. And he can bolt it at the end step. Yeah, he does so here. As a Rook. He should Strip Mine the Library of Alexandria now, I think. And perhaps he has lost too many cards. Yeah, okay, he has. Okay, this might be a very fast second match. With that big card advantage on the side of the X in the sky here. He's slowly saving up for the library again, perhaps. Coming over for a single poke with the elf. It's a time walk. Oh, now I should play it again. Play the time walk. Yeah, he does so here. This might be game. We might be going into a third round of this set. What a nail biter. I mean, it's not over yet, but it's pretty damn close. It's coming over again. 5 life. Is that another rook egg coming out? That came out there? I think it was. 4 mana tapped. Mox Pearl. Coming over. He's at 1 life here. Passing the turn. He needs an answer. No answer. Okay, what a quick second round this was. We're back into sideboarding for this final match of the set of the semi-finals. So who will go to the finals? It's decided here. This is the third and final round of the set. And we have Time Walk, Divine Offering, a couple of Swords to Plowshares, 3 Swords to Plowshares again, and a Mox Pearl. Couldn't quite catch the other one. ErhnamGeddon's hand. Okay, he starts out with a Savannah and a Birds of Paradise. There's a Disenchant on the draw of X in the Sky. He could Plowshare the bird here. Yeah, he has so many of them, and putting him back this early is a good idea. That's a land tax. Okay. It's a pretty nice card compared with all the Armageddons he plays with. I think the X in the Sky should probably realize the amount of Armageddons he's against here. Disenchanting the land tax. And probably keep some lands in hand. And not drop them all. Only have sufficient so he's mana fixed. And that's it. Time walking, just to pull ahead here. Didn't draw an extra mana. So he only has the 3 of them. Yeah, he has to pass the turn. It's a Diamond Valley though, but no reason to play it. There might come an Armageddon. There's an ErhnamGeddon. Yeah, getting immediately removed. So, yeah, this looks more like the first match here. City of Brass, okay, that's what he needs. But perhaps he shouldn't play them until he has... he keeps them in hand until he has something to play them with. Otherwise, it's too risky with those Armageddons. He plays it correctly. A Divine Offering on the Sushi, getting both players at 25 life here. So very reminiscent of the first game. Using the City of Brass to get out of Rook Egg. There's a Diamond Valley in hand, so now next turn he can make it happen, but no. So I suppose he could have waited until he could play the Diamond Valley as well, and then he could have sacked the Rook as a response. Okay, but anyway, taking a small poke from that elf. He could bolt it actually. That's a mana bird. Yeah, he bolts the elf. Another Diamond Valley. Passing the turn back. There's a strip mine on the City of Brass though. Getting out an emerald. That's an angel now, I think. Yep. 5 mana. You can immediately sort deposit. Ooh! Void Fade. I've seen a lot of those lately. Pretty nifty. It's a Time Twister. He should probably use that actually. Get down a Diamond Valley and play the Time Twister. Keeping a Plains untapped. No. Yeah, okay, can keep the Mox Pearl untapped instead, that's fine. Works pretty well with those Swords to Plowshares as well, because the ErhnamGeddon and the bird is not getting back. Now he needs to draw into an answer to that Sarah Angel right there. That got survived with that cheeky avoid fate. Okay, Sapphire Bolt. Yeah, you can see the hand here of the X in the sky. Getting the Sapphire out. And then Time Walking. That's always nice right after a draw 7. Divine Offering, not what he needs here. Can get a Preacher out. Get the Angel. And perhaps eat it. No, I probably shouldn't eat it. I should probably attack with it. Yeah. There's a Preacher. And passes the turn. So I wonder if the Preacher will survive the full hand of the ErhnamGeddon here. But once the Preacher taps, the opponent chooses which creature he convinces to join him. So he could play like a Llanowar Elf or something like that, and just let that creature be taken by the Preacher. He has the Mana Bird as well. But he can't sack the Mana Bird with the Diamond Valley and then take the Sarah Angel after that. Land tax coming out. It's actually a pretty nice combination with the Sylvan Library because he gets a shuffle each time he uses it. So the problem with the Sylvan Library is that sometimes all you have is bad cards at the top. So the shuffle effect with the land tax is a pretty nifty combination. It's a disenchant though. Should probably disenchant the Sylvan Library. Okay, he chooses the land tax though. That surprises me. He only has 4 lands and his opponent also has 4 lands. Okay, but I suppose it's a valid play as well. His opponent actually has 6 lands. But after an ErhnamGeddon, that land tax would be pretty nice, so an argument can be made to make the choice he does here. That's a Circular Protection red on the hand of the ErhnamGeddon here. Probably to protect himself against those rook counters. Those are red counters, I believe. And he puts the Circular Protection red outside of the view of this camera. I had to go back and rewatch that sequence in slow motion just to catch it. Another Mana Bird coming out. Okay, so he bolts the Mana Bird. Okay. And then he uses the Preacher. Now the ErhnamGeddon deck can decide which creature he'll take. He gives him the Sarah Angel. That was an odd choice. I wonder if he knows that the Preacher, that he picks the creature that the Preacher convinces or steals. He could have given him the Mana Bird, thereby at least putting him back a single round. He might have a plan. I wonder what he'll do here. Llanowar Elf, okay. There might be, he might have some tricky play here, I'm not sure. Or perhaps he just doesn't know. Okay, he casts ErhnamGeddon here. Oh man. That, he casts Divine Offering on the Sol Ring, that's a valid play, definitely. Should do that. But he has a Sarah Angel against him now. The ErhnamGeddon. So, okay. Yeah, there goes every land in play. There's Circle Protection Red and a bunch of Moxen on the side of the... Yeah, and a Serra Angel on the side of the... as a moat. And there it comes over. On the X of the Sky, he has all those Moxen. That's a pretty risky play from the ErhnamGeddon. He keeps another card in hand from the Sylvan Library here. He might get a Source to Plowshares. Okay, he got one. Yeah, Source to Plowsharing the Preacher and getting the Preacher, the Serra Angel right back. He can't attack this turn though because it has Summoning Sickness. But still. And then disenchanting the Blue Mox. He could have taken the... Okay, there's a Plateau. Yeah, so the Blue Mox is the best pick here. Sol Ring coming out. Oh. And a Strip Mine. Yeah, just Strip Mine the Savannah. I think that's valid. Has a Sushi. So, that was a nice pick to destroy the land there. He only has 2 mana on the side of the ErhnamGeddon, but he has 3 mana. Disenchanting the Sol Ring and attacking with the Serra Angel. Okay, so he only gets a draw turn. That's Ancestral Recall. Such a good strategy by the ErhnamGeddon player to disenchant the Blue Mox right there. This could actually be the game deciding here. I suppose the X in the Sky could have eaten the Serra Angel before the ErhnamGeddon was cast, but there was no way he could have known. Okay, so he keeps another card in hand from the Sylvan Library, draws a Mox and a Sushi with the Sylvan Library. Okay, there's a Source to Plowshare on the Angel though, and the Sushi can't get in because there's that moat. So he's, at least for now, it's safe behind the water of the moat. The robot can't get in until there's a disenchant from that Sylvan Library. Oh, he takes another card. Yeah, but he's on the offensive here, so there's no burn against him. And he has a Circle Protection Red, so it makes perfect sense for him to like go all in like this. As a disenchant on the moat. Coming over for 5 points of damage. As he has 1 round. Yeah, it's a disenchant. That's amazing. That's another White Fate. Those cards are golden. I mean, I lost the finals at the Long Island Cup to a Void Fate like this, and this semi-final match was decided by an Avoid Fate as well. Such a lucky top card draw though, from the X in the Sky. Drawing a disenchant right before Curtain Fall, and then getting foiled by an Avoid Fate. Sadly, we have lost our egg player here, and ErhnamGeddon, or Frosty Geddon, whatever we called it, is off to the finals to meet his opponent there. And we can't say he didn't earn it. I mean, this battle was a battle of the ages. This has been a pretty long recording. Thank you so much for hanging on the entire time of this very, very long and epic match between these players. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.